go the most, you know? Yeah, I guess that's basically all I have to talk about for now. I just want to know, I actually have a plan. I talked about in, like, YouTube community posts that, like, I don't really know where I'm going with this channel. Now I do. I just want that to be clear. After frickin' 9 months of thinking and being and doing all that, I actually have a goal. I have a plan for years and years to come. And that will hopefully start soon and be announced soon. I just gotta get some things worked out. Yeah, so I said that half a year ago, but I also said I probably wouldn't upload until I graduated, which I did half a year ago, so the excuse doesn't really work. Well, after that long, you're probably wondering, what are some of the things you've been doing in the meantime? Let's go! Oh my god, no way I ended on a dub. No way I ended on a dub. There's no way. Me flying on my broomstick? Yeah! Well, God, the next clip better be him murdering someone. I need to justify my need to slur this guy. You wanna know what else I've been doing? I'm ready! Being a pretentious son of a bitch! The drawings or sprites or whatever that you see before you right now are temporary, because they are drawn by me and MS Paint, which you can tell, because if you know anything about MS Paint, it's that the paint bucket tool does not work. I would have preferred for this design to stay a secret for a while longer, but I thought, I need to make this video have some kind of substance and not just like,
Papa, my dad has the best dad jokes. Hey Dad. I'm gay. Hi gay, I'm dead. I low-key doomed to Snek.
And hopefully a while after this video, you'll see this design again for its intended purpose, drawn by someone good at the drawing thing that they do, that they tend to do, that the drawings, they do. Also, I know there's no doobie. I know there's gonna be one. It's just, it limits characters, so what do you want me to do? Ooh, I'm actually very nervous about this. Since I was pissing myself during recess time, I have always daydreamed about starring in, this was the name of my OC, and making an unrealistically big animated series. And later in my life, throughout the last couple of years, I've discovered, yeah, I'm a writer. I've written things and people like them. And to this day, I daydream, like constantly. It's a problem. The one goal in my entire life that would make me the happiest I've ever been is to have my own show and characters and have my own fandoms. That's a common dream, probably. But along with creative, handsome, and can do no wrong, I am also a very aware person. Obviously, that is too big of a dream. That is a dream that starts after I'm not poor as fuck, after I have experience. And, like, I know how this is coming across. You don't know me. I might be trauma dumping. Is this what trauma dumping is? So when you can't really accomplish your dream just yet, or you just simply are not ready to follow it, what do you do? That's a rhetorical question, by the way. I'm smart. Well, you start with something significantly worse. By that, I mean you do something similar, something that brings you that same feeling. That has been this channel for the most part. But of course, I was slowly realizing, right about here, wow, this feels like a chore now. But even throughout the videos that I didn't have the greatest time making, there were parts that I actually did. Like writing jokes that actually felt clever and original, and not just putting a random soon-to-be irrelevant meme video on the screen. Making weird Photoshop edits. But most engaging of them all, doing these kind of scenes that the video would cut to, and doing this like animation thing where I make the still parts move, like what I'm doing with this guy's eyes right now. Whoa, whoa. It really pushes my creativity despite my resources being very limited. And in my second AI chatbots video, unless you have the brain of a scarab, which, I mean, if you clicked on this, I can't vouch 100%. You can very much tell there is a narrative here, and significantly more of these scenes and budget animation type stuff later into the video. But let me just tell ya, not a great story. I came up with the Lorax allegory like halfway through. It's not good. But that's because I knew it didn't have to be. This was a slop video with the twist being that it was actually a commentary about slop videos. But the point is, I had more fun with this video more than I did with this one, because I allowed myself to be creative. And with this video, I found a way I could mix a regular YouTube video and mix little scenes and lore into it, kind of like what Lothario, or like to a different extent Scott the Woz does. And this my friends and non-target audience members, is when the pieces finally started clicking. What if I started a YouTube series where I mostly played indie games, talked about stuff, etc., like I was already kind of doing, but every game I played, everything I talked about, every character was a part of a serialized continuity, featuring half regular indie game playing YouTuber stuff and half storytelling and character writing, featuring these scenes, but like actually drawn well, like a cartoon. And it was easy as fuck to get the money to pay someone to help. All I had to do was prepare the sludge. I could even make these drawings move and mimic animation like I'm doing right now. Maybe I've already written a prologue video for the series already. Maybe I should just... What a f***ing narcissist. Breaking Snek, yes, it's a play on Breaking Bad, as a concept is very hard to explain without just showing you, which I obviously can't do because that's what this video is for. But technically, I already have been showing you. Let me paint you a little picture. Yeah, I know it's not really a painting, but neither was Da Vinci's work before the Mona Lisa. I mean, look at this, what was he thinking? All of these videos are canon to this series, meaning Snek, a fictional character, a character I don't see as myself, a character that I don't even want to be the main protagonist after a while, has seen Jumbo Josh, has been to a Freddy's location, and has been in the underground and killed most of its population. How and why Snek did any of these things? Well, that's just something you'll have to find out after the prologue. But I can tell you that this world Snek lives in has basically everything you can ever imagine. FNAF, Undertale, Sonic, Pokemon, Portal, Slip and Jimmy, DDLC, this rack. This is a world where everything is canon. It's an autism wet dream, meaning this world is a complete shithole and extremely BS. Do you get it now? That is the simplest way I can explain this to you. So knowing that now, or just in case you think that's not coherent at all, I would like to give you a quick plot summary of the short prologue video that I wish to be my next project, or if I want to seem pretentious, the Breaking Snek pilot. Even though it's not a pilot or what would qualify as a show, but it's a fun buzzword, right? After emerging from the underground, having inadvertently killed most of its population, Snek does what he always does following a tiresome, totally protagonistic experience, and saunters home through the bustling city to his... residence. And while reflecting upon himself, completely unbiasedly, more BS begins as the universe seems to deliver him an unknown video game cartridge. Snek, convinced the world keeps giving him these opportunities for its own entertainment, believes there is nothing else to do but follow. Unfortunately for him though, Snek only believes in two other things. One, that he definitely doesn't have a video game console, and two, that he really doesn't like the idea of getting Jumanji'd right now. But while beliefs weren't meant to be broken, they damn as hell might have to change. And that's it, that's all you get. In case you couldn't tell, I can't show you what's on the video game cartridge because it would spoil the game the first episodes of Breaking Snek are about. And what I mean by that is each episode of Breaking Snek is a series of episodes. For instance, let's say the game in the cartridge in the prologue is Dead Cells. This is the Breaking Snek prologue, but the real series would start with the next video, Breaking Snek Dead Cells Episode 1. Then Episode 2, 3, 4 until the end of that series. And after that series of videos is over, these videos combined would be Episode 1 of Breaking Snek. Once the Dead Cells series is done, then comes the start of the next episode, Breaking Snek A Hat in Time, Episode 1, until that series is over, making that full series Breaking Snek Episode 2. And that's how that works. I hope that makes sense. I could go on about the format these videos are gonna have, like not all episodes are gonna be a series, but just its own standalone video, or some episodes might not even be about a game, or how some episodes might not even have Snek the character in it, or at least not as the main focus. How would that work? But I don't need to go into that right now. Hopefully when the prologue happens, hope maxing, I'll just make a video afterwards explaining all that and what I just said. Otherwise, I'm just dumping a bunch of info on you that you don't understand because you don't even know what a Breaking Snek looks like yet. And that's it. That's the end of this video. Finally, I can finally start working on Breaking Snek. This is all I got. Of course, for all of this to happen, I need help. Help that is beyond what I needed for this video. But let me tell you right now, I am absolutely freeballing this section of the video. I know I do that with every video, but like, I'll explain in a second what I mean. But for now, help. More specifically, I need an artist, a very flexible artist, if you couldn't tell by the concept. Just one for now, to make this little venture a reality. A venture for money if you're the artist in this scenario. Someone that can do backgrounds good, someone that can draw lots of different characters and styles, stuff like that.
But Snek, it's me, Kermit the Frog. I'm an artist now, and this sounds fun, and I'll get paid? But how much? How am I getting paid? What am I even doing? How do I apply? Good questions!
Did I ever tell you my pet peeve is answers? This was supposed to be an entire long part of this video where I answer all those questions, but I decided that is just gonna waste so much time when I can instead just tell any artist who might be interested to go in the description and basically just read what I had in the script for this section of the video, instead of having to edit it all and waste my time sloppily telling you all of it. If you're interested, there's a full step-by-step, what I'm expecting, what I'm looking for, down in the description. So that's it. I'll have you know though, even just the prologue might need some other kinds of help too, like a singular voice actor and stuff like that. But with that, just look out for community posts, I'll say. But most of all, I do have one final ask for everyone else. Not just the artist, for everyone. I know this is an ambitious project. I know this might come off as pretentious to some. Maybe it is. I don't really know what that word means in certain cases. But please, I just need y'all to trust me. I am baking a lot on this, and I'm telling you, this is a step to something I think a lot of people will have fun with. So I simply ask just for everyone's support. Though that does obviously bring another question. If this so-called Breaking Snek is what this channel is to be, then what about your other videos? Well, I have a second channel, so hopefully, while Breaking Snek will consume the main channel, on the side I can make less edited gameplay videos just like the ones I was doing before, but on a different channel. So it's kinda all good. And of course, my final announcement, the release of DELTARUNE AI chatbots. December 31st, 2029. I'm not kidding, and I'm not making one until then. Big thanks to my friend PiePaws for making the Breaking Snek prologue storyboards, the logo, the song, and probably the thumbnails. Feel free to ask me anything in the comments, like an AMA. Cheers to 2026 being the year of Snek, and don't ask me for anything ever again. Good night!